Hello there, everybody. This is Mel Allen. Shudder the thought, folks. The picture's not so foul. San Diego Zoom Boom, 11 on a roll. Milwaukee mug shots, complete with fingers prints. Take 12, St. Louis. High-speed, automatic pennant drive. No stop down from Motown. The Tigers develop the touch. Snap decision, snap shots, enlarging the overexposed Yankee hypo. And switch cameras, catch action. Photo finishes everywhere. From cheers to tears, all the shots that are fit to print, moving frame by frame on This Week in Baseball. American League pennant race, where the Detroit Tigers warmed up with 8 straight victories and first place in the East. Sparky Anderson had Chet Lemon back from a 5-game injury, and Chet welcomed Yankee Stadium fans to a fair view of power. Just fair, that is. This 2-run smash provided all the requisite run production for Jack Morris, who handcuffed the Yankees, popping his record up to 3-1 with a 3-1 victory in the first of 4. While the Tigers were on their winning streak, Enos Cabell purred on at the plate with a 13-game hitting streak. Batting at a .426 clip, Cabell got 3 hits in the series' second game, including a 3-bagger. Shortstop Alan Trammell also ripped 3 base hits. The scrambled Yankee defense had to really scramble in this game as Detroit breezed to a 9-1 breakaway. Young Dan Petrie won his second game of the season, both against the Yankees. And now Detroit had its streak up to 7, while New York remained winless at home. Come on, give us a break, cried the stadium fans. But Larry Herndon and the Bengals showed little mercy in Game 3. Deep to left field, going, it is gone. Another Tiger big game, 7-2 this time, keyed by Herndon's first American League homer. And some added clout from stout Kirk Gibson, who had been struggling with a .170 batting average. Although going 2 for 2, the tremendously talented Gibson had more than just a little trouble in the outfield. 2 missed plays, a bad leg, and all of a sudden, Kirk was pulled from the game. But even a Gibson hoot was just part of the learning experience, according to his always optimistic manager.
He's the best athlete I ever coached. Now, that just means pure athlete. That doesn't have nothing to do with good baseball player. He is improving at great strides, but there's no telling when he might stop. If he stops tomorrow, he's going to be an average player. If he continues to go like I think he will be, he has the chances to be a super player.
But what about all those super Yankees? Well, Goose Gossage was his super self and saved his 100th game in pinstripes. New York's victory broke the Tiger 8-game string, but then the Yankees' managerial axe fell for the 6th time in less than 4 years. Goodbye, Bob Lemon. Hello, Gene Michael again.
Someone told me once last winter, you have to be crazy to accept that job. I said, oh, come on. I said, anybody in their right mind, anyone would take that job, as tough as it is. And we know it's tough. But I don't know if very many people that would turn it down.
For sure, Casey Stengel didn't. Who knows? The Boston Red Sox never beat out Casey's Yankees, but with Ralph Houck, the first manager ever to jump the Steinbrenner ship, the Sox were beating everyone. 9th inning, Toronto trying to tie. Dwight Evans fires home. Great throw, great tag, and he's out. The Red Sox win that one 5-4. Next example, Rick Miller looking for his third hit in the 12th inning. Five to 4, Red Sox again. A new wrinkle in Boston. Carl Yastrzemski's been there 22 years, so what else is new? Yaz hit 2 in Toronto to raise his season's total to 5 and his average to 380. He'll still hit the long ones, and the Sox will win the close ones as long as Mark Clear and Boston's deep bullpen hang tough in the late innings. A sweep in Toronto and 8 straight overall for Major Houck's Red Sox, who stepped right up for a share of first place for the Tigers. Elsewhere, the Milwaukee Brewers improved their season with a 5-game winning streak. Buck Rogers' crew turned a 3-6 record to 8-6, while turning catcher Charlie Moore into a right fielder. That put Moore's 300 bat into Milwaukee's already potent lineup. Cecil Cooper's bat, blazing since opening day, gave the Texas Rangers plenty of heat. 6 hits in the last 2 games of a 3-game sweep ignited the Coop to a .443 batting level. Roy Lee Howell was also on the level in those victories, going 4 for 7, including this gone game winner. Pete Vukovich went the distance with a 3-hitter, leveling his record at 2 wins, 2 defeats. The Brew Crew can talk tough, especially since it can again bank on the stingy saving habits of Raleigh Fingers. Milwaukee's relief master twice canceled Texas threats for his 2nd and 3rd saves. So 5 straight for the Brewers. And that about covers the principal pennant interest in the American League East. Looking westward, interest has been high for the California Angels, who refuse to let any victories get by in their first 9 games at home. The reordered Angels turned the tables, winning 5 straight from Oakland after beating the A's only 5 times total the last 2 years. Catcher Brian Downing really turned some heads with successful conversions to left field, leadoff man, and power hitter. 7 early season homers ranked downtown Downing 2nd in the league. His homers may have deprived Don Baylor, Bobby Grich, and other California fence crashers of a few RBIs. But Grich did manage 3 in a 5-1 victory over Oakland and raised his average to 325. Angel attendance was booming, and the pitching was blooming. Ken Forsch did his bit with his 2nd straight complete game victory, a 7-2 triumph at the expense of the rival A's. Should such promising seeds of California pitching progress take root, skipper Gene Mock could very well harvest his first pennant ever. At any rate, veteran Jeff Zahn beat the A's 4-2 and continued to flower in April, raising his record to 3-0, 17-3 in baseball's sweet sapling month of bat crack on horsehide. Also April tough, bullpen ace Don Ossie, who threw in 2 more scoreless outings, sinking his ERA below 1 run per 9. Yes, springtime is in its prime in Anaheim. Now it's time for this week's Volkswagen quiz, brought to you by the 1982 models. Nothing else is a Volkswagen. 43-year-old Gaylord Perry, Seattle's ancient mariner, fanned 13 Angels recently in gaining his 298th victory. Now, 224 of those wins came after Gaylord turned 30. Only one pitcher in this century has won more games after his 30th birthday. Can you name him? Stay tuned. National League West, a picture-perfect start for the Braves' new world. Could the outside world take Atlanta's march to the history book seriously? Certainly the fans felt the best start ever signaled a new order, and so did the Braves.
Well, everybody believed in their staff, and, you know, we never thought we'd start a streak. We just knew we'd win the division this year.
We have the confidence and desire, you know, and the depth on this ball club to go all the way this year.
It wasn't one guy, it wasn't one pitcher, it wasn't one player, it was 25 guys. Even the guys that never got in the ball game were pushing and pulling for the other guys in the field.
Now the teams are going to look at us a little differently, and they're going to come out and play their best game, and then we're going to have to meet the challenge later on.
After setting their record, the challenge was met the following night. A dramatic two-run rally in the bottom of the ninth inning beat Cincinnati 4-3 to extend Atlanta's record streak to 13. A card game for numerologists and soothsayers. Would the exciting Tory story end abruptly at 13 or march on? Once again, the answer waited till the last of the ninth. But this time, the Reds held on to a 2-1 victory. Oh, well, nobody's perfect, right, Chief? The fans were forgiving. Next to perfect would do. But then entered Dick Williams and the San Diego Padres. Tim Lawler took the mound with the Padres riding an 8-game winning streak, struck out 10 Atlanta batters in 8 innings. Lawler also made his presence felt at the plate with a different strike force. Well, pitchers aren't supposed to hit them, but Sixto Lezcano is and did twice in the same game, including a 3-run 12th inning job to win it. One of 9 straight RBI games for the Sixto kid. Also hot, Rupert Jones, a .333 average, and this 8th inning high chopper the next day to bring Atlanta down again. A 4-run rally put the Padres up 6-4. Rookie reliever Luis the Ponce de Leon kept it that way. Save numero uno for the Ponce. And for the Padres, on to a club record 11 straight wins and a high-rising surge to first place. In the National League East, winning was becoming old hat for the St. Louis Cardinals, who extended their streak to an even dozen. With Bruce Sutter getting his 6th save, the Cardinals capped off consecutive victory number 12 with a 7-4 triumph over floundering Philadelphia. Hats off to George Hendrick and mates for leading the league in team hitting and scoring. 4 homers and 13 RBIs for the heavy metal man alone. Other Redbirds, like shortstop Ozzie Smith, who raised his average to a surprising .333, keep the scoring notion in motion. And when the Wizard of Ozzie steps off base, witness the foot race. Speed begets runs, and that other Smith, Lonnie Smith, begets even more. More runs, more steals than anyone in the league. He even steals hits, and hits above 300. And then there's Keith Hernandez, who hits above 300 year after year. And this year's no exception, as he once again shoots for 100 RBIs. The Cardinal winning streak was made possible by many. Dane Orge, for instance, went 4 for 4 to spark the streak to 12. The St. Louis club record is 14, held by the 1935 Gashouse Gang. So the 1982 Cardinals fell just short. And the return of Ken Oberkfell at third base should also aid in their defense of first place. However, the return of Steve Carlton did not. Lefty stopped the Cardinals streak, plus his own 4-game losing streak, with win number 31 over his former team. Elsewhere, Chuck Tanner's Pittsburgh Pirates weren't about to throw in the towel despite losing 4 straight. The picture may not have looked so bright, but there's nothing like the sunny backyard atmosphere of Chicago's Wrigley Field to put a team back in the swing. catcher Tony Pena raised his average to .391, knocking in 3 runs in a 12-10 batting duel with the Cubs while bagging his 8th double, tops in the league. And slugger Jason Thompson dusted off his power stroke, smoting home run number 3 before collecting a game-winning RBI the next day. Mad Dog Bill Madlock really got rabid back in the old ballpark where he once won 2 batting titles. 8 hits and 12 at-bats for the Mad Dog. And rookie second baseman Johnny Ray looked ready to shine with 5 hits in 3 games. Seems like the Pittsburgh gamble of using 2 untested players up the middle, Ray and shortstop Dale Berra, has been paying off.
We feel that Dale Berra and Johnny Ray, and they have the physical ability. They just don't have the experience. The only way they can get the experience is by playing. So I have all the confidence in the world that they're going to get better and better as the season goes on and do a fine job around the second base area.
Around the Wrigley Field area, anything can happen, and pretty much did. The Pirates wrapped out 40 hits while scoring 23 runs in 3 days. They won 2 out of 3, but not the easy way, because the Cubs were hitting also. Just an average Wrigley Field weekend of hitting and picking. Now, back to this week's Volkswagen quiz. The great Warren Spahn didn't win a big league game until he was 25 years old. But then he went on to win 363, more than any left-hander ever. And believe it or not, 277 of those came after Spahn turned 30. But if you go back to the 1800s, Cy Young won 318 of his record 511 after age 30. You in blue. All hail? Don't believe it. Now, how's this? You say you're after a new image? The profile's not too bad. But what magazine do you all model for? Umpires wear it daily? Hey, that's weird too, pal. Come on, let's see your real act. Everyone's a star in this here game. Yes, indeed. Hey, don't you guys ever argue anymore? That's right, like that. Ah, much better. Good to see the Jaws back in action, gentlemen. We all kicked that one around enough. Now on to the no boots allowed department. Leather and grace from third base. John Castino, Minnesota. Shortstop Robin Yount, Milwaukee. Second base Jerry Remy of the Red Sox. To the outfield with Jerry Hairston, White Sox. Center stage for Rupert Jones, San Diego. Terry Poole, Houston. And Philadelphia's Gary Maddox. Back to the infield. Wally Backman, New York Mets. The Chicago Cubs, Larry Bowa. Buddy Bell, Texas Rangers. The Baltimore Orioles, Rich Dower. Pittsburgh's Ross Baumgarten. No heels, no boots, so on with his shoes. Rookie Kent Herbeck of the Minnesota Twins has really staged an April power show, leading the majors in homers with 8 and RBIs with 20. The 21-year-old first baseman also belted 9 homers in spring training. Looks like a real prize catch for the Twins. Finally, time to watch Todd Cruz of the Seattle Mariners, recipient of this week's Gillette Special. Seattle's number 9 hitter picked the pockets of the Twins' defense by going 3 for 3 in the first 9 innings at the Kingdome before stealing all the headlines in the 11th with this game-winning shot. The third game-winning RBI of the week for the 26-year-old shortstop, who looks ready to blast out of his utility role and become a Major League full-timer. Congratulations, Todd. That's all for now, folks. See you next week on This Week in Baseball.